Kibre, thank you for coming.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Good. I think we're going to have a wonderful time.
You bet.
One question. You've been meditating for the last 40 years. What is meditating? Actually, yours is Transcendental Meditation. And how has it affected your life?
You didn't have to say 40 years. You could have said very, very long time. But yes, a little bit more than 40 years.
Okay.
Transcendental meditation is a technique, a very simple and natural technique that people can use every day, twice a day, 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. And it's a technique that gives a person a very deep rest. The deep rest that the person gets mentally and physically allows the body to release some of its stresses. So as stresses are released, the body begins to recover to its natural intelligence. So transcendental meditation is just a very simple technique. A child from age of 8 can practice TM. Anybody, regardless of their educational background, regardless of their belief or religion, can do TM and get the benefit. It's a technique to develop human consciousness.
Great. Take another one.
Oh, it's like playing cards, girl.
You're an artist. You're an economist. You're a leader across Africa in Transcendental Meditation. You are a humanitarian. You are a university lecturer. I'm even tired of mentioning everything that you are. So who is Kibre?
You're so kind. Kibre basically is a worker. I love to work. Yes, workaholic. Workaholic. I love working. I love producing. I just love working with people, with nature. And that's what Kibre is. I just work. I enjoy working.
How many hours a day do you work?
I don't know, 12, 13, 14. It's
right.
become my nature.
It shows.
It shows. Well, there you are.
What do you want to accomplish in your life other than what you are already doing?
Ethiopia and the rest of Africa and the rest of the world to become invincible. And that is by using the Transcendental Meditation technique that can be applied in schools, in associations, in businesses, so that people become happier, more productive, more healthy. And I would like to see that happen in our country.
Why Transcendental Meditation is beneficial to people?
Well, I love this question. I'm glad you asked me, and I hope everybody is listening. There are 4 reasons. 1, Transcendental Meditation, like I said, is a simple technique. There are 4 benefits to it, which I can describe very quickly. The first one is the development of mental potential. It's when you have your eyes closed and you're doing the technique itself, you allow the mind to rest. The mind settles into its own source. TM basically is deep thinking, It's just deep, deep, deep rest, which allows the body to get to release deep-rooted stresses. So in the development of mental potential, we say even for students, you're teaching them physics and chemistry and biology, and you're stuffing this in 5 to 10% of their potential. Relax, let the mind expand so that the student can learn better. So it expands the container of knowledge, which is the mind. So it allows the student to study easily and to also concentrate. So the development of mental potential is beneficial to all of us. In terms of health, again, the body gets deep rest. When the body gets deep rest, its natural duty is to release stress. That's why we sleep at night. Do you know that 90% of psychosomatic disease come from stress, such as ulcer, rheumatism, diabetes, high blood pressure, low blood? There's all stress. Stresses accumulate in the physiology, in the nervous system, and the nervous system can no longer function normally. So, sorry to say, it functions abnormally. So, with the release of stress, the immune system that has forgotten its duty begins to remember. The immune system is a soldier, it's fighting for you. Nothing foreign should enter the physiology. So the immune system, when deep rest is gained, begins to remember. So it draws a drawer and say, aha, my job description is to protect this human being. That's my job. But if the job is forgotten, you know, your ill health. So that's basically, in social behavior, it's just respect to oneself, you know. Who am I? Respect to myself, you know. TM basically is a thinking technique. So let's say, you know what Shakespeare said, I think, therefore I am. Because we're human beings, the gift that was given to us is to think. So when we take our thinking to the deepest level, we get most nourishing, more energy, more intelligence, so we become better decision makers, happier. How about that? Happier?
That's great. Take another one.
Another one there. Well, there's
See
two.
what this one says. How many people have you taught TM? And out of those, how many were you able to send to the university in the United States? And how successful have these students of yours been?
How successful? They're very successful. They're making
How
money. I think I've taught about 5,000 people. This is in Ethiopia. I've taught in Sudan and a lot of West African countries, Sierra Leone. I worked in Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Senegal, Canada, and here in Ethiopia, and also in Sudan. About 5,000 people. Of these, about 2,000 have gone to my university, the first university I went to, which is Marsh International University. And they've been very successful. The education is hands-on. And the program at Marsh International University allows them to study, get their degree, but at the same time allows them to work for 2 years in the United States, so they gain experience. And the first salary they earn, the minimum they're supposed to ask for, is $70,000 US per year. That's pretty good money.
Better come back.
The last
in Ethiopia.
one, there you are. Let me see it.
Okay, I've heard a lot of things about Transcendental Meditation, and one of them is that if people meditate, they can bring peace. Has it contributed to peace of nations? If yes, where and when?
I think I can give you a star for asking me that question. I think it's very beautiful to our country. Yes, Transcendental Meditation does bring about peace. And how does it do it? It's very scientific. If the square root of 1% of any given population, let's say Bole population, or let's say, I don't know, Kolfe population, it doesn't matter, or Ethiopia, or East Africa, the square root of 1% of our population does the Transcendental Meditation technique twice a day, every day, with the advanced technique. What happens is nature, we begin to vibrate that positivity. Coherence is created, orderliness is created. When we're functioning with a lot of stress, incoherence is created. With settlement of the mind, coherence is created, orderliness is created. Nature understands. Nature, when you respect it, it will respect you. If you violate it, it will violate you. There's no discussion about it. So, in terms of peace, any government, let's say, take the wonderful Ethiopian government, if it assigns like 15,000 people just to do the TM city program, what happens is it creates orderliness in the nation. The nation becomes invincible. It's like a cell in our body. If it's protected, there is no disease. But if there is a single foreign interference, then it disintegrates. It's the same thing with a nation. But when you build a nation of high level of consciousness, it's invincible. Nothing can penetrate. So
let's hope it will happen in Ethiopia.
It better happen.
Question.
It better happen.
What do you think will hurt you the most in life? Briefly.
If we don't do just what I've said, if we don't create the square root of 1% to make sure that people are happy and live a peaceful life and a simple life, and it just helps the government. The government is helped without the government knowing it's being helped because of the quality of life of the people. So do you want to relate this to the government?
Well, I thank you, and I do hope that transcendental meditation will pick up in Ethiopia to bring about the peace that you've been talking about. So I thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. When the shadow of a tree is bent, you do not straighten the shadow. Instead, you straighten the tree, right?
Absolutely.